Hello everyone, thank you for joining us for our latest round of Scottish Gin. And we have a returning guest, actually, Kirsten Spears of KD Media, who
run the Scottish Gin Awards.
Yeah, who run the Scottish Gin Awards among a few other awards programmes, which we'll talk to you about, is back chatting to us, obviously, with the Scottish Gin Awards ceremony due to take place in 2 days from now. So we're intrigued to find out how the organisation has gone into the new digital awards ceremony and what's involved on the night. So on that note, Kirsten, are you there?
Hi guys, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
We're fine, I think. Yeah, I'm in desperate need of a haircut, but besides that, yeah.
How are you?
Still got the barbers are open up in Aberdeenshire, are they not?
Exactly, there's just no excuse. We won't even go there.
There's plenty of farmers with sheep shears if it gets really bad. So.
But anyway, you're both looking well.
Yeah, thank you. You too. I guess so. Yeah, with the awards being so close, it would just. I guess assuming that someone who's listening or anyone who's listening doesn't know anything about the Scottish Gin Awards, can you give us a bit of background into the awards themselves and what inspired you to set it up in the very first place?
Well, KD Media is an event business, and we've spent a long time creating and running and managing our own events. An event we did 2 weeks ago is now horrifically in its 17th year.
Wow.
And actually, when someone said it's got nearly 2 decades of history attached to it, I almost fell off my chair and thought, this has to be a mistake. I am not this old. But yeah, we've done it for a long time. And it was around about 2015 that we started looking more at food and drink, and we wanted to get into doing awards events for Scotland's amazing food and drink sector. There's been a huge effort to turn the tide on some pretty poor perception around Scotland's food and drink produce, and we felt there was room for a bit more light to be shone on some local producers. So we looked at a number of different things and ended up with beer. Decided to create Scottish Beer Awards, which we did in 2015, and that launched in 2016, was a huge success. And it was in our conversations with a lot of brewers, who some of them were also distillers, but also in the supply chain of distribution, wholesale. It was actually Craig Brown, who's now at Phil's Hill, who suggested to us, gin is really moving, and there's definitely room there for something. So that was the start of it. Craig's wife, Sarah Brown, who you guys will know from the judging panel in recent years, was one of the first to start Craft Gin Hour. So that she had started, I think, 2015, and she was one of the original Scottish gin fans that started to get really into it and built the shelf and went through all these different range of products on an experimental journey. And so that was the start of the Scottish Gin Awards. And so 2016 on we went, and first year 2017, and here we are, year 4.
Wow. Yeah, that's come round fast. I can't believe it's actually year 4. That's crazy. And you touched on there the judges, Sarah Brown being a judge. Can you tell us a bit more about the judging process?
So we decided, as with the Beer Awards, that we needed to have really 2 dimensions to this competition, which was, yes, we needed to really understand the product, the liquid, and have that tasted in a really rigorous way. But we also felt we needed to understand the businesses behind the products. And so we have a business competition, which is a written entry, which covers maybe about 8 or 9 categories. Sales and marketing, product development. We've also got things like gin events and experiences, branding, all these sorts of things that touch a business producing gin. And that allows us really to understand the business behind these products in a much greater way. So there's a business panel that does that. And then we also have a taste panel, which is a really big panel of people, I think 28 this year, all across the UK, and who are in many cases, if not qualified distillers, such as Desmond Payne or Rob Dorset, are actively at the front line of distilling in sales or marketing as well. So some very, very credible and authoritative people that know much more about gin than I do.
And obviously, the format for this year's ceremony has changed. So, what can attendees expect this year, Kirsten?
Well, you can expect to have a digital experience. I mean, just to go back, we launched this program in March this year, so it couldn't have come at a worse time really for everybody. We had managed to grow the competition to really considerable levels, and you guys were there at the event in Glasgow last year, 700 people in the DoubleTree, fantastic night, great industry celebration. And really in the summer we decided we absolutely needed to maintain this competition this year, because at the very least we needed to make sure people got medals, and gave them the ability to promote their products in a more effective way. So naturally, the way this pandemic has travelled, and I think we were sitting here together when maybe June or something, I can't even remember now when we last spoke, but in this form, we thought there was still a chance that maybe we could do something in October. So we pushed it back with the expectation that there might be a way, but it wasn't to be. And so we have spent quite a long time looking into how we might do something in a digital way, and we've come up with some technology which we've invested quite heavily in, which allows us to recreate the awards experience, I think, in the best possible way.
Yeah. I've been in and had a wee nosy at the website, and it's really cool. Really cool. You can see all the digital tables. You can see who's attending. There's obviously going to be the live streaming video where you'll be able to see the awards presentation. Plus, there's a messenger function, so you can speak to people at your table, people at other tables. You know, it's fantastic. Looks really cool.
It's perfect for us, but it was risky 3 weeks ago because this product is that new. You know, it was it's really hot off the press. It's been created by a big software business in London who's created lots of different products for exhibitions and conference market, but they were very clever in spending the summer designing an awards product, and we are really one of their first major customers, I think, in the UK. So that's been great. And you're right, Martin, it does two main things which we really wanted. First, it allows us to broadcast a live event, which we really wanted to do. I'd watched numerous awards things digitally, and I wasn't really excited by any of them. And I think one of the biggest reasons was because it was just a pre-recorded package. And when you go live, you bring in a new dimension, which is fully interactive. So we're going to go live to distilleries throughout the night who are winning. We're going to be bringing people in for live interviews. We'll be running pre-packaged stuff as well. But that whole opportunity is to create a proper TV production, which is, for me, something that I would want to watch and not lose interest in just a kind of presented bunch of slides. But also the second thing that is really important that it does is the interactivity, it's the participation for everybody. And yeah, you can chat one-to-one, so you can look at everyone in the room, you can see a table that maybe Schweppes are on, and you can see who's on the table and click on that name, send them a one-to-one message. And that's got great potential for people who are there for networking. But you can also chat as a table. So your own table has an area to chat within, and then you can also chat to the whole room. So there's plenty of options to participate with everybody.
Yeah, brilliant. I guess the thing I'm going to miss the most about this year, about it not being a physical event, is having distillers coming up saying, "Try this."
Yeah, and you know, we did look at doing packages of booze to go out to everybody, but the fulfillment of that was just too great for us in the short space of time we had. But yeah, you're just going to have to start drinking everything off your own shelf, Martin.
Yeah, I know, terrible standard.
Considerable supply.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
You'll manage. You'll manage.
Yeah. And so, who can attend the awards, and how can they go about purchasing a ticket? So
anyone can attend. Obviously, we'll have the majority of our distillers there who are in the competition. We had 994 gins, I think it was, this year. 75 producers. So, hopefully they'll all be there, and then, but anyone can join. And you just go onto the Scottish Gin Awards website and book a ticket. Dead easy.
Brilliant.
Cool.
Brilliant. And you mentioned a lot of research and investments going into this new technology, but what have been some of the biggest challenges in organising the 2020 Scottish Gin Awards?
Well, I think probably the decision to not do a live tasting for the judging this year was a big decision for us. We had looked at a way in which we might be able to do it, which involved booking judges into paired sessions in a hospitality venue which was licensed. So in other words, it was fully compliant, but it didn't feel right. So we decided to basically send everything out to the homes of judges, and logistically that was enormous for us. So we've got 194 gins. We had to decant that. Unfortunately, remember, we've got a technical partner in the delivery of the tasting of the competition, and that is Cara Technology. So they are sensory management experts. They run a lab in Surrey, and scientists. They came to Edinburgh and helped us with that. So we had to decant all that gin into, I think, about 3,500 miniatures, and then package them up into sessions. So they were coded, blind coded, packed into sessions, packed into boxes, sent to judges, sent out packaged UK. So the logistical challenge of that was huge. And fortunately, it worked really well because Cara Technology and Bill Simpson had a very fixed idea about how we could retain the credibility of the tasting competition doing it from home. And for him, that meant everyone had to judge the same product at the same time. So we hosted the tastings as live Zoom events, which everybody had to do at the same time. So everyone had the same sessions, they tasted the same gin, and they marked it on a piece of sensory management software. So it worked. It worked really well, but it was tough getting there.
Yeah, well, from a judging point of view, and this was our first year as being judges, it was very professional, very seamless. And in fact, I was blown away by the technology, quite frankly. I think I thought, oh yeah, we're going to be on Zoom, and but in terms of how you were marking it and scoring it, and it was all automated. It was all it was seamless. It was really
there was a real process in place, and it was all managed
and as well.
It was really good, and we were humbled to be asked as well. So
absolutely, so it was a great experience.
It was fantastic. Although I must have,
it's good to let you guys see that, because I think one of the issues is for everyone is they don't really understand what's behind the scenes in terms of the judging, and I think that there is an awful lot of detail there, and simple things like we had 61 London Dries this year. If you get 10 of them all score 9 out of 10, you've got a 10-way draw. I mean, it's impossible. This particular software allows you to do a sliding scale of marks to 2 decimal points. So you have an 8.15 or a 9.26, and that starts to create division between products and makes life much easier. So it's a very slick system. It worked well for us. We'll need to decide what we do next year. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. And also the Scottish Gin Awards 2020 will be, am I right in thinking this will be your third digital event that you've run this year?
Yeah, so we're in our third week of 5 weeks doing live shows. So we're in a good place because we've done 2 and we know what we're doing now. So Gin, I hope, will be great, and I'm just looking forward to watching Des do his thing with all these producers as he brings people in live. I think that really makes it for me. He's a very, very good live performer and accomplished broadcaster. So we're in safe hands with him.
And what's the feedback been like so far on the previous 2 events you've done, the digital events?
It's exceeded our expectations. So we had 300 people join us for our first event, and we had 220 join us for our second event. And everyone's saying the same thing, which was really our own experience. We kind of go into this thing with a little bit of dread because no one's got fantastic experience of doing digital events, having done lockdown. We're all a bit zoomed out, and you're doing webinars all the time, and it does test your patience sometimes. And we were worried that people would just drift. But actually, it's not happened. It's between 60 and 80 minutes long as a show, and the tech allows us to watch the viewers and see when they're there and when they're not. And actually, people are joining at 6:30. The show starts at 7, and they're there and they're with us right through to the very end.
Yeah, that's good.
Great in that sense.
Brilliant. And what are the
And long may it continue on Thursday.
I know. Oh yeah, I'm sure. So what are some of the positives? We know there's positives with the human element of the physical awards, but what are some of the positives you take out of hosting the digital award ceremony, and will that continue into the future?
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt we went into this with a bit of reluctance because we love our event, and we know that a live event is it's not just a fantastic night to bring together the entire Scottish gin industry, but it's also where business is done. I particularly get a lot of feedback from people who have done deals that night, who have made important introductions that night that have really helped their business. And we know that face-to-face business events help to progress business. We know that. So yeah, we reluctantly look into digital events. But the positive for us is that we've really been forced into learning something which we wouldn't normally have spent so much time doing. And it's given us another string to our bow, which I'm absolutely confident we'll continue to do on a long-term basis. And we're now looking at 2021 as a hybrid year where, yes, we've got our live event, but we've also got a digital offering as well. So it's time well spent. So that's a huge positive for us.
Yeah. And I guess the digital event as well it's a completely unique opportunity for people who perhaps love gin but don't know much about the Scottish Gin Awards or have never been to an awards event, for them to actually be there and take part as a member of the public to see what it's all about and enjoy it as well.
And from anywhere in the world as well.
Yeah, and I think that's the next step for us, is to see, well, let's make our Scottish Gin Awards live event in Scotland a really special live event, but let's also remember that Scottish gin is an international business. So how can we bring in other people from all around the world to be part of this celebration? And that's very much on the agenda for us next year.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And I guess what would you say makes the Scottish Gin Awards different to other awards programmes, Kirsten, that specifically maybe deal with spirits or gin?
Well, I don't enter other awards, so I don't know, but I can tell you what I hear. And I think the Scottish Gin Awards is very accessible to people. There's an awful lot of international competitions which I think are punitively expensive and unjustifiably expensive, actually, as well. So there's a lot of that. I think the Scottish Gin Awards is very accessible to people. I think our judging panel, the credibility and the judging process is unbeatable. I'm pretty sure the Scottish Gin Awards is now the largest gin competition in the UK. I remain to be challenged, and I'll put my hand up if I'm wrong, but with a judging panel of almost 40 people and with 194 gins, I think that's pretty sizable. And I think that brings credibility and it brings rigour. That means people truly respect the decisions that are reached, and that's important in competitions. But the other thing for me is, well, not everybody wins. I see other competitions, I think, oh my God, everyone's winning. Everyone's got a gold medal. Everyone's got a silver medal. How many people win these international competitions? The Scottish Gin Awards will only ever hand out 3 medals per category. And that's really important because for me, a competition's only worth winning if there's a winner, if you know what I mean. So to have one gold medalist in every category, I think has got great value. And here's a scoop for you, which you don't know. This year, our Gin of the Year, which is sponsored by Vetro Elite, is not, for the first time in our history, a London Dry.
Ooh.
Oh, good scoop.
Oh, there you go. There's the scoop.
That's a cat pigeons.
Yeah.
Yes. So let's watch on Thursday and find out who this year wins.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
That's brilliant, and actually just goes some way to proving that there's so much diversity in the category, you know, and the growth and the, you know, so that's very exciting. We look forward to hearing the results of that then.
And I think I should add as well. I mean, one thing we've always loved about the Scottish Gin Awards is the fact that it just puts the focus only on Scottish gin. You know, so it's you know, whether that be from the announcements of the judging process right through to the entries to the awards finalists, there's just a fantastic period of exposure for Scottish gin and mentions and a lot of buzz around it as well, which I think is fantastic. Whereas some of these other drinks categories, if you're a Scottish gin and you do win something, yes, there is a credibility as well, but there's also sometimes you are just one of many, and sometimes I think that message can get lost to the consumer. Whereas what you guys is just Scottish gin. We're proud to be supporting Scottish gin. And it's definitely one of the things I love about it.
Yeah.
And I think the event has helped to bring that together in its own little way. You know, when we started it, it was a fairly, I think, divided industry, and I think the annual event or the annual programme has really helped to bring the industry together in a positive way.
Yeah.
I think that has been one of the greatest achievements, I think, for all of us.
Yeah, here. And what about presenter Des Clark? I mean, I know, I guess maybe not everyone appreciates that hasn't attended, but, you know, it's not, as you say, just a slideshow. He is there presenting. How has he found the new format?
The feedback on Des has been first class. I mean, he is a class act in this world of doing live TV, and also he's a very, very funny guy. So we're in very safe hands with Des. I know he likes a gin, so there may be a gin around, which we will make sure he has to hand during the event. But he's been a great addition. We've worked with him for a long time, but he really is a class act.
Yeah, no. Good. We enjoyed him in person last year, and I'm sure you know, we'll get the same banter from him on Thursday as well. So no, we're so looking forward to it. We've now kind of just finalised our table, and we're looking forward to, you know, digitally socialising with some of our gin pals and
we're
gin
having
friends as well.
We're having a post awards digital party as well, are we?
Yeah, and after.
Awesome! That sounds great.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're well prepared. But no, best of luck for Thursday, Kirsten, and obviously well done to you and the team pulling everything.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And just make 2 suggestions just to help people get in.
Yep.
When you get your email to authenticate yourself and to get into the room on the night, make sure you do that with as much notice as possible. Try and do it, you know, maybe about 4 or 5 o'clock. Make sure you're in the room so you don't have any last minute dramas getting in. And also just remember that it opens at 6:30. It doesn't start with Des on stage until 7. So you've got a good half hour to enjoy that. And just any questions or issues, just don't hesitate to give anyone at the team at KD a buzz. We're here to help you get registered and get ready. We're really looking forward to seeing everyone.
Yes. Good words of advice. No, we look forward to it. We will see you there on Thursday.
We will absolutely see you there. Are you guys presenting an award?
We are, in fact. One of the reasons I have a full face of makeup on is I'm about to do my my little video clip. I think I'm cutting it very fine. I might be late, but I'm doing it right after this. So.
Okay, good. So we will see you at the event.
Yes.
Excellent news.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Well, thanks for taking the time to chat with us. That was really good. And we'll see you on Thursday.
Great. Thanks so much, guys.
Thanks, Kirsten.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye. Bye.
Thanks to Kirsten for taking the time to chat with us. It was really good. We are genuinely excited about Thursday. It is our annual
one night out of the year.
Well, yeah, with young kids, that's actually very true. But no, it's gonna be fantastic.
It's always a fantastic evening, the physical event. But yeah, I'm sure the digital event will have its own little moments for everyone attending.
It's just fantastic they were able to do it at all, and to do it to that quality. It's going to be good fun. But hopefully a few of you will be enticed to go out there and purchase some tickets, and feel free to drop us a chat on the night if you see us there. But I know there's a few of you will be tuning in that are joining us on our table as well. So we look forward to it, and we'll see you there.
Yeah, all the best.
Take care.
Cheers.
Bye.